Hey guys, it's Amir here from ZA Gym, and this is my review of the Force USA Monster G6. This is the monster itself, so let's get to it. Now first things first, the looks. This thing is absolutely beautiful. It's immaculate really. The design is sleek, it's compact, its height just fits perfectly in the garage environment, and just the color coordination, the color scheme, everything is very, very cool. The black accents the stainless steel, and the white just gives it that extra touch that it needs. So on the looks department, it's absolutely well done. Nothing to improve. I don't think anything you could put in there that could make it look better, but maybe Force USA can try and see what they can do. So the good. This thing comes with an insane amount of attachments. I think it's like 20 plus. We'll get the numbers right when I get some time to have a look at it, but for now let's begin with the tricep dips. They used to be, in the old G6, quite bulky and used to attach on one side, and to store the attachment itself alone would have been just difficult to find the right place just because the size was bulky, as shown in the image on the right. So it needed to be changed, and they came up with a cool design that has been around on other machines of Force USA and other brands products, and it looks very, very sleek. The cut and the paint is really nice. The welding could do with a little bit of touch up because it's not the best, but it still holds. So you got two groups attachments, the two inner ones and then two outer ones for chest and tries, and it seems fairly stable once you put some weight on it. Other than that, it comes off easily and then slides on just as easily. Just gotta look at it, pull the pin out, and good to go. Next, it's the lat pull-down attachment for your knees. This was one of the main reasons why I upgraded my old machine. I didn't have one of these, and I thought this would be absolutely amazing to have, and it helps a lot with pulling heavier weights. It looks fairly solid, very easy to attach and detach. So you pull it out, pull that pin out, and it's completely gone. You can store it wherever you want, but when you put it back in, simple again, pull the pin, get it in there, and then slide the big pin in, making sure that it doesn't touch the cable. I'll show you soon. Making sure that this doesn't touch the cable like that, so that it doesn't snag on it. And I think my machine needs to be tightened, the cable itself. The padding itself is quite comfortable. It's got some nice sleek finishes to it. Just two screws on the end to hold it on, and they rotate. So as to say, like, you don't put pressure on one spot and get it compressed and doesn't reshape again. Moving on. Now the safety spotter arms. These are absolutely beautifully finished. They have the same style of putting it on and taking it off, and I believe these were designed to go on many of the Force USA G models, whereas the old G6 attachments were incompatible with the rest of the range. But I believe these will not be good for the G12, as it's a bit wider, and the arms on the G12 have been slightly offset to fit a normal barbell very nicely. Now, adjustable cables. These are another reason why it's upgraded my old machine. Used to be a Marcy, now it's the G6. These are very nicely built. It's very smooth, and the design is sleek. It looks very nice when it's being used. It's adjustable, same style. You can do it with one hand. You can go up, make sure that it slots in, otherwise it will fall on you. And the very cool thing is they've etched the numbers on here with laser, so you know exactly where each one is and adjust it accordingly to the other one, so that you don't have to mess about trying to get the right ones on the right holes. We have the same thing on this side, both individual. The main thing you got to note is that these are 2-to-1 ratio, so the weight stacks on each side is 100 kgs, and realistically you're pulling only 50 kgs every time you use the cables. This could be a problem for you bigger bloke and the guys who pull heavier, but I believe you can add resistance bands. They have band peg holes and on each side, so you can slide the band, put the resistance band on it, and give you some more resistance. But for the most workouts, your biceps, triceps, chest flies, back rows and all that stuff, you should be fairly okay with the weight that you're pulling. And if you want, you can attach both cables together to get the full weight of the 2 stacks. Moving on, we have the Smith machine. This thing is so nice. I think Force USA has gone and outdone themselves this time, because this is just so smooth when it moves up and down. My bad. Move up and down, and then you have your bar set up at a nice place. Biceps, triceps, squats, everything. As you can see, I'm a little new to it, but in a sense, it's very cool. It's got the safety spotter arms on the Smith machine individually. The Smith machine itself has Olympic-sized sleeves on it, but it can be taken off or to be made into standard size, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. To be compatible with both weight plates is a good advantage, something that most people have done and you say have carried it on. For close grip low row attachment, it's got a sleek look to it. It's called the Cool F4 Force USA, and there's not much you can say bad about it because it's really comfortable. The grip is nice and knurled. The knurling is not too harsh on your hands. Yeah, all in all, a very cool attachment, very useful, and very easy to use. Next, we have the multi-grip pull-up tower. This is very nicely built again, with the cool aluminium finishing touches, and on both sides with the rubber grips, which seem very nice on your hands, not too harsh. And you can do many grips out and pull up any kind of thing that you want. It's comes standard with the G6. I don't think you can upgrade those because the pulley system works is attached to it as well. But I don't see the need to upgrade it. It also comes with the resistance band attachment, so that you can put your resistance bands to assist you with your pull-ups, your even like tricep dips and stuff like that. You can actually give yourself resistance when you're trying to do the dip. It's very nice to have that there. The cable system itself is very nicely made. It's one solid cable that goes through the pulleys and then around on the weight stack and then back down. Goes all the way back and connects to your adjustable cables. Very nicely made. The holes are not too close to the metal so that you're not getting the cable rubbing on it. This part is probably the main concern for a lot of you, and understandable, but it seems to be very minimal, the impact it has on your workouts, so to pretty much none. I haven't had any issues with it yet, but we'll see how it goes when I do like a 6-month review and come back to the ins and outs of the whole machine. I think the coolest part of this machine is the fact that the board behind has many exercises you do. I think it's 30 plus, and also doubles up as an attachment storage unit. It's very nice and unique. It's not something I've seen on other machines, and I also like the Force USA G6 logo. It's something you have a unique touch. People, like to see it show off their brands, and this is a very nice way to do it. Next we can talk about the T-bar attachment, or the T-bar roll attachment. It's a very unique design, very simple to put on and off, and I think the Force USA have done a great job of it. It's just out, has a little washer that's offset, and that's what stops it from coming out, and you can put it on the outside of the machine or on the inside depending on how much space you have. I usually put it on the inside, do my T-bar rows on the mats because that's much nicer than the concrete. And you just go simple and easy. Make sure that the cable's not snagged in there, and done. It doesn't come out. Then you can attach your Olympic size bar, or you have your standard bar. Not a problem. Force USA have thought of all of it. It's something that I really wanted on my machine, next machine that I wanted to upgrade to, and this has it all. Going around the back of the machine, we have the three plate storage attachments. It's very cool. You can put as much weight as you can. It looks 3 on each side. It looks very cool, very nice, and gives you easy access to the back of the machine and not too close to the wall. I love the fact that they've gone at an angle and not straight behind, because that could be annoying trying to go around the back, or you'd have to offset your machine too much from the wall, but this one just fits very nicely. Same with the other side. We have the 3 storage pegs. Moving on, we have the Olympic bar and barbell storage for the standard bar. It's very nice. It's been done in a very sleek way that you can just store a barbell right next to the machine, not too far off, and really just blends in with the background. So it's like, you know, it's not an eyesore, it's not sticking out. Very, very cool. Now we have the band peg places where you can put resistance for your deadlifts and squats and everything. We have 2, 4, 6 on each side, 6 holes on each side, and then 3 for the resistance bands for the weight stacks. And that's something that's very, very nice. Gives you a lot of adjustability back or forth where you need to set up yourself. It's all been thought of very well by Force USA. And my main concern when I got this machine was, will I be tripping over the legs just because they stick out so far out? But so far so good, not really happening. I have banged my head on the Smith machine bar a couple of times, but who hasn't really? Moving on, we can talk about the actual just sleekness of the machine. We have the cool inside logo, and then we can go around to the back. We have the Force USA G6 nice metal covers for the plates. Gives it that extra sleek look that everyone desires. You know, if you can walk into your house and just enjoy how it looks. You can't do that with many of the machines that people have in their garage gyms, just because it becomes really like that ugly look that people don't like. But this thing is just beautiful. Now, to the main attraction that everyone loves the G6 for, the leg press plate attachment. It's a lot heavier than you think. Very awkward to store, but I've managed to find a spot in my garage for it. That's very nice. So yeah, let's try and get it on there and see if we can give it a good test. It's a little bit awkward to get on. Right, this one side in. Come on. Here we go. You can pull the tab in, then slide in, and it's locked in, and there you go. Now this thing is very nicely designed. The old G6 had pins that you had to put through the Smith machine. They became a little awkward. It's much easier to install. The handles at the back, it makes it easier to carry around. It's not the smallest of things, but it makes it easy to just maneuver around and hold it up there to put it in. Then you have this pins that come on and off, which hold it in place. This is makes it easier than the other pins that used to go through the Smith bar. All in all, very cool attachment. Now to some of the bad things about the G6. Obviously the height is really nice, but it is very bulky. So once you got it in a place, you can't really move it unless you dismantle and take off the weight stacks. Makes it easy to move. The cables are nice, but it runs down the side here, so you need to try and tension it as much as you can. The next thing is that although it seems like it's nice and compact, it is quite difficult to assemble. I have made a video for that to make it easier for those of you that have bought the G6. It took me about 4.5 hours. A lot of and ahhing at times, but I had the manual and I had the opportunity to dismantle it myself, so it gave me a bit of an advantage, and I wanted to kind of pass that information on to you guys. There will be a couple of improvements I'd suggest. So the Smith machine has the little stainless steel pegs that stop it from falling down where it hooks onto. Those bars would be better off swapped around and flipped around, because then you have the Smith machine that can sit up higher rather than not being able to use those lower pegs. I'm not sure why they've done it in the first place. Either the manual tells you to sit up like this, but soon I'll flip mine and make it easier to hook higher when I'm doing squats and stuff. I don't want it to be in the way. And when I do free weight squats, not the Smith machine. The weight stack, although nice, they have used stainless steel pipes rather than stainless steel rods, so it becomes a little bit noisy when you're pulling up the weights, and if you do it fast enough you can hear it. Maybe not. Again, same with the other side, they use pipes, not rods. Luckily with the Smith machine, however, they've gone with rods and it's nice and sturdy, very nice. Something that you would like for the weights as well. The 2-to-1 cable ratio is kind of an annoyance because when you are doing the lat pull down, which is a very common exercise for a lot of us, it becomes very easy to max out the weight stack, and it just doesn't help with muscle growth and everything, or getting bigger actually. The next bad is the 2-to-1 cable ratio. It's something that kind of annoys me. It's like good for a lot of things, but when it comes to lat pull downs or low rows, you're pretty limited to how much you can pull because it only goes up to 50 kgs. I believe the old G6 had an attachment where you could put more Olympic weight plates, but this one has the covers on the weight stack, so that is not possible. Although they've given the band pegs and then the ability to add resistance bands to it, I still believe that if they had just tried to go with a 1-to-1 ratio, the machine would have been that much better. And the G12, the G9 and the G20, I believe those are the ones that are 1-to-1 and come with a higher weight stack, so that's something that a lot of you can think about when you're getting it. But if you're starting off, this is probably the best place to start. 1-to-1 would be okay, but you would be just wasting that weight stack and not using it. But the 2-to-1 is very easily to get to max, and then makes you feel good about your progress, makes you keep going. That's something that you would want. You don't want to be deterred from what you're pulling is too heavy. Whereas when you start maxing out the machine, you start thinking you're that much better, that much bigger, and it makes you feel good. That's what you want. Now to the main reason that I was so hesitant to buy the G6, the price. Currently in New Zealand, these things go for about $5,000 from Torpedo 7 and Gym and Fitness. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but it's kind of unnecessarily overpriced. If you think about it, the machine is all in all just your normal function trainer, all intents and purposes. Comes really good quality. Yes, I believe that's a plus point, but at the end of the day, a weight stack machine shouldn't cost you $5,000 without any a bench, any weights, an Olympic bar that when you add all those up, you're starting to spend upwards of like 6,000. So to start off with as a beginner, you kind of and ah about it, and honestly, if I could, I would have liked it to be cheaper. This is something that Force USA could think about, because the pricing is a major issue for a lot of us. Buying it for such insane money is insane price is not very nice. It's hard to put it past the wife as well. For those of you that know at home, yeah. So if they could, I think a good price for this would be around the 3 grand. That's kind of understandable when it comes with no weights and stuff, but it comes with the weight stacked. There's only so much you can do with it. So yeah, I think that is the main reason why it took me so long to upgrade from my old machine. The price was such a hassle, and luckily I got someone selling it locally, and I managed to get it for a good price. The machine itself comes with a lot of attachments that I haven't shown. Obviously I've shown the main attractive ones. There are a lot more at the back that have been currently stored. Comes with a rope, a straight bar, all of which I'll be showing how to use, whether or not they're nice quality or they're complete trash, in my later videos when I do some workouts using the specific equipment. And that is my review of the Force USA Monster G6. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it informational. Any questions, just leave it in the comments below and I'll try to answer it with the best of my abilities. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.